Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are all doing great. In today's video, I want to share with you pieces that are staple pieces for colder weather that you need to have, or it's good to have in your wardrobe if you want to be warm, chic, stylish, and the most important, if you want to keep using these pieces year after year after year. Let's start. In case you don't know, every season I launch a shopping guide with the pieces like this winter. It was a shopping guide with the clothes for colder weather, with direct links to the pieces, with description notes on the looks, how to create them, how to style them, with street style examples. So it's really useful thing to have on hand, especially if you are not into fashion, if you don't like shopping and you just want to be, done with it really quickly, and you want to look chic, effortless, fabulous, but without, trying too hard. As this guide is not available anymore, just because now a lot of pieces from the guide are on sale, so there are a lot of pieces that are sold out. I always limit it for a certain period of time. Next guide will be for spring, obviously. But what I wanted to do is, to show you small bits of it, and based on it, tell you a little bit more in detail how to build a wardrobe that will keep you warm and will make you stylish. And we will start with one of my favorite pieces for winter or for colder period of time, and these are sweaters. You know that I'm absolutely in love, obsessed, call it whatever you want, with cashmere pieces. Of course, cashmere pieces are on a pricier side, so it doesn't have to be always cashmere. I do recommend to opt for natural fabrics such as wool maybe, or at least, cotton, or to have a mix, maybe 50% of wool, 50% of polyester. It's up to you. In the guide, I was showing you different examples, like of pieces that you can purchase. Most of them, I must also say, that were natural fabrics. But what we have to keep in mind when we talk about cashmere pieces is, first of all, it doesn't always have to be, like this nude color or black color or white color. You need to think what color works best for your wardrobe. What colors do you have, in your wardrobe? In one of my videos, I was saying that red, for example, can be super versatile color for a lot of people, or green. So you need to know, what colors work for you and for your wardrobe, and choose accordingly. Ideally, I'd say to opt for slightly oversized sweaters. It doesn't have to be like extremely oversized, but just slightly. Like, for example, this sweater that I just recently got at other stores, and that was part of the guide also. So now I got it on sale. So just a little bit. Why do I always say that? So that you have a little bit of a room for layering, first of all, so you can wear, maybe a turtleneck, maybe a long sleeve, maybe a t-shirt. And second of all is, especially it applies for natural fabrics, with time. And when I'm saying with time, I mean, like 3-4 years maybe, if you take care properly of these pieces, they would tend to get a little bit smaller, regardless how well you treat them after washing, unless you bring them always to the dry cleaners. But if you wash it yourself, either by hand or in the washing machine, with the time it will get a little bit smaller, so definitely keep that in mind. So as I was saying, wool, cashmere, or even polyester sweaters are super versatile piece. Not even to start with, that you can wear them, when it's not even that cold, but when we are talking about a colder weather, once again, it allows you a lot of options for styling it. It allows you, obviously, to create beautiful looks, both with pants, with trousers, with jeans, with leggings, with skirts, with dresses, with shorts. So there's huge amount of options you can go with. Same applies for the coats, down coats, shearling coats, you name it. So it is definitely a piece that is really essential for your wardrobe and for the colder days to keep you warm. Next on the list is a long sleeve. Here, at least for me, as I'm always cold, this piece doesn't stand alone as a separate piece when I talk about my style and colder weather. I do know a lot of people who are, not that cold during colder nowadays, so it's quite enough for them to wear a long sleeve and a coat, for example. So of course it can be as a separate piece, or, and this makes it absolutely gorgeous piece to have in your wardrobe for colder weather, is layering. So you can layer a long sleeve with a lot of pieces such as sweater, cardigan. You can layer it with a sweatshirt, for example, with a short. You can wear it with a vest. So there are a lot of options how you can play around with it. And again, it will provide you not just a stylish, interesting looks, but also it will keep you warm. Next piece, which is essential for colder weather, is a turtleneck. I know a lot of people don't like turtlenecks because they just don't like that something is around their neck, but if you are not one of these people, then I would definitely recommend considering it. Again, if it's a turtleneck made of cashmere or wool, obviously it can stand as a separate piece, or even if it's from viscose or cotton, again, depending on your temperature regimes. But what is the most important, yet again, is that it allows you a lot of options to play with. You know, you can wear it again with sweaters, with sweatshirts, cardigans. You can wear it as a separate piece, of course. You can wear it under a dress, for example. So there is huge amount of options you can play around with, and having layers will always keep you warm and will always help you to create interesting looks for colder weather. Let's continue the line with the upper parts, and next on the list is a cardigan. Again, I think cardigan is one of these pieces that can be worn all year long based where you are based. Maybe in Madrid in July it's not the most appropriate piece, but still, you know, like there are days when it's colder in summer, so you can even wear it then, which is absolutely gorgeous because with one cardigan you can, you know, have whole your year covered. Nevertheless, we are talking here about winter, about cold weather, and cardigan is definitely a piece to have, just because again it allows you so many ways to layer it. You can wear it on the short, you can wear it on a turtleneck, you can wear it on top of a long sleeve, you can wear it with a t-shirt, you can wear it with a skirt, you can wear it with a slip dress, for example. So there is huge amount of options you can go with. And again, layers will keep you warm. If it's wool, if it's cashmere, again it will keep you warm. I must say, yet again, try to opt for maybe slightly oversized shape, just for you again to have a little bit air for layering. But of course nowadays really tight cardigans are back in trend, but just keep in mind that this is something more on the trendier side. Let's start with the bottom parts. I know that of course it's pretty obvious, but yet again I just wanted to, you know, tell you about the importance of having a nice pair of trousers. Right now office style is super trendy, we all know that. Classic style is very trendy too, so there is huge selection of trousers that are on a classier side, yet chic, yet sexy, yet pieces that are actually timeless. So you can definitely check around, you know, basically almost any brand, starting from the mass market and ending with the luxury ones. But apart from that, of course, it's a perfect season for leather pants. For example, if you are one of these people who really likes it. I personally love it on other people, but somehow I don't see it for myself, so I don't own any pair of leather pants. But nevertheless, you know, it's a really nice piece to have in your wardrobe. Again, just because if it's really cold, then you can always wear tights underneath. It is what it is. It has to be said. Yes, and yes, if it's really cold, wear the tights underneath. Who cares? You need to be warm. If you're living like me in Spain, you know, it doesn't get that cold, so obviously you don't have to wear tights underneath, but it does allow you to wear it in so many different ways. You know, you can wear it with sneakers, you can wear it with boots, with combat boots, with ankle boots, with flats, like with ballerina flats or moccasins if it's like a little bit warmer, or if you are like me who is not usually cold in your feet. So it's definitely a beautiful piece to have in your wardrobe, and of course it will keep you warm. Could not mention jeans, obviously. Right now there are so many styles that are trending, that are, you know, timeless, so I'd suggest just choose the one that works the best for your body shape, that you feel the most comfortable in. I will definitely create a video on the pieces, on the styles that are gonna be trending for spring, so that you have a better understanding what to look at. But regardless of jeans being in trend or not, in some particular cases, of course, jeans are the perfect piece to have for winter again, just because it's, I mean, yeah, what can I say? These are jeans. Another bottom part that I want to mention for winter is actually leggings. I think it's such a great piece for winter. First of all, because right now so many brands started to make like this thermal leggings, which are amazing, which are just like, wow, this is so good. So definitely, if you are living in a colder weather conditions, or you're really, afraid of cold, definitely have a look at mass market. I think Oysho has huge selection, Uniqlo. I've seen some at Lululemon. So there are like huge amount of options actually of thermal leggings. Of course, you can opt for simple leggings too. But what I want to say that for winter looks, leggings are absolutely beautifully looking with high knee boots. I absolutely love it. So definitely a great way to pair, such a simple kind of a not even casual, homey, sporty piece, and to elevate it to the next level. And of course, if not, you can always wear it with combat boots, with Uggs, so the options are actually pretty wide. Obviously, I have to mention skirt, just because there are so many girls, women that love skirts in general, and they don't want to, skip wearing them during the winter. If you are one of these people, perfect. What I would suggest for winter skirt, again, we are talking here about colder weather, colder days. So the focus is also on being warm, not just, obviously you can buy a mini skirt and wear it with tights, with long coats, and you will be warm. By the way, I think in Calcedonia there are some tights that are actually a thermo tights, and that are like pretty thick ones, but then they give you this illusion of like a 20 denier tight. So definitely check out. I haven't seen them in real life, but I've seen on the social media several people wearing it, and I must say it does look good. So this could be a really nice option if you are into mini skirts, for example. Otherwise, there is huge selection of midi skirts, for example, that are made out of wool or that are knitted, and this way, of course, you will be warm, and still you would be able to wear it with, winter coats, for example, during the colder period of time. If you pair it with high knee boots, for example, then for sure the amount of skin that will be visible will be minimal, and this will allow you to stay warm. Next, what I want to talk about is knitted dress. Yet again, of course, you can wear any kind of a dress, but since we are here talking about colder days, staying warm, knitted dress is a perfect option to have a dress and to be warm. I absolutely love knitted dresses. It can be on a, like baggier side, looser side, or it can be really tight, body fitted, so it's up to you. Yet again, I would recommend to opt for natural fabrics, although I personally purchased just recently a really beautiful dress from H&M, which is made of polyester, but still it's pretty warm. So of course, the options are out there, and you can definitely pick the one that works best for you. Let's start with coats. I don't know if you've seen a video that I just recently made about my favorite, most worn pieces for colder weather, but there was a big chunk of coats. And the reason why it was so many coats mentioned is because obviously the coat is the first thing, or the biggest thing that we, show to the world when we are dressing up in winter. This is why I think the importance of coat is really big. Ideally, to have at least 2 coats. That's what I usually suggest, to have a down coat and to have a coat like more on the classier side, but of course it's up to you. So in the guide I was mentioning 2 different coats, and one of them of course is a classic coat, like the timeless piece that will be with you for years and years, if not even decades. Again, my recommendation is to allocate a bigger part of a budget for a coat than, for example, for jeans or trousers or dress, just because the better the quality, obviously the better general look will be, but also the warmer it will be. So if you have a chance to purchase a coat made of wool, made of cashmere, made of alpaca wool, it will definitely keep you warm, or warmer than a polyester one. If not, try to look for a mix of polyester and wool. Again, that's up to you. In terms of colors, what I wanted also to share in my video of my favorite coats or most worn winter coats, I realized I don't have any black coat, and it's just to show you that you don't have to have a black coat. Again, analyze your wardrobe before purchasing any coat. Analyze what colors you have, what colors you prefer, what color combinations do you wear, and then based on that you can decide on a coat color. Regarding the shapes, that would apply more or less again to your style, to your lifestyle, just because we are so fortunate right now that yes, there are a lot of trends come and go, but right now I'd say most of the coats are actually, like they're not outdated, so it's really hard to find a really outdated coat. You need like to try a little bit even hard to do that. So regardless of, the cut, the shape that you choose, just keep in mind that it has to work perfectly for your wardrobe, for your style, for your lifestyle, and of course you need to feel comfortable in it. It can be any color, it can be any shape, it can be any length. You decide what works best for you. Next that I want to mention is a down jacket. I know that some period of time, let's put it that way, down jackets were even like out of style maybe, or otherwise you would wear it just like it was a really sporty looks. It's not like this anymore. Down jackets are on the, fashion shows, on the runways. There is huge amount of options, obviously. There is huge amount of ways you can style it. It doesn't have to be always with sneakers or with Uggs. You can style it with dresses, you can style it with skirts, you can style it with office trousers. So, there are no limits, literally. Same applies to the shape, same applies to the colors. The only recommendation I would say to keep in mind, maybe two recommendations. First, don't opt for a really fitted down jacket just because it's still out of style, like it's just But also, if you are choosing an oversized one, be mindful, because a lot of down jackets right now are super oversized, and this is just, can be a little bit tricky to play around. So just, keep that in mind when you are trying the down coat and when you are deciding for which you prefer to go with. Let's start with shoes. So as I mentioned already several times, one of the pieces that you cannot miss for colder weather are high knee boots. Doesn't care if it's high heels, low heels, again, whatever works for you. I would recommend to stick to the classic pieces, again, regardless if it's with heel or without heel, but, as classier as possible, just because this will allow you to use them for really long period of time, for a lot of years. In the video where I was showing my most worn pieces for winter, for colder weather, the pair of boots that I have and I wear the most are the ones that are pretty old, but just because this is such a classic model, I will be able to wear them, I'm sure, like for a really long period of time. Try to opt for minimal details, that's another thing to keep in mind, but rather than that, again, decide on the colors that works best for you. If you want to add maybe a little bit more attention to the high knee boots, then I would suggest to opt for different patterns maybe of leather, like crocodile, maybe snake leather or things like that. But apart from that, stick to the classic model. Another great piece to have for colder weather are ankle boots. I must say that probably the best way to style them are with trousers, with jeans. Doesn't mean that you cannot wear them with a skirt or with leggings. Again, it's up to you and your style, but simply if we are like taking into consideration being warm, if you're wearing trousers or if you're wearing jeans or leggings, then you have less skin exposed, and this means you will be warmer. Other than that, again, high heels, no heels, depends completely up to you. Same applies to the color. It can be square toe, it can be, like pointy toe. Everything has a place right now, so just choose whatever works best for you. Let's start with accessories. A piece that actually is super trendy this season, but it's something that has been probably in everyone's wardrobe for like ages, is scarf. Scarf is a super trendy piece this season. Of course, you can style it in so many different ways. Again, you can go with so many different colors. You can go with a chunkier one, with a thinner one, up to you. But again, what is important is that apart from being a trendy piece this season, it keeps you warm. It also helps you to have this finished look, so it always adds an extra detail to your look. So it's definitely a great way also to, you know, like make it a little bit more interesting, especially, you know, if you are just gonna be outside and the only piece you can wear actually is a coat. So adding a scarf would be a really, really nice way to add a little bit something extra to your look. Same applies to the headwear. I personally need to have my head covered. I also know so many people cannot even stand headwear, so that depends on you. But if you're considering to cover your head, the options are pretty wide right now. Of course, the beanies. Just keep in mind, you know, not to opt for something really thin, maybe a little bit on the thicker side. Other than that, of course, you can go just with a headband, something that is super trendy this season again. You can go with the classic hats, you can go with balaclavas. So there are a lot of different cute and nice options. And as same as scarf, it will add also extra details into your look. If you want to add, you know, like a little bit of color, but you don't want to purchase, you know, yellow coat, hat is a great option to go with, for example. And the most importantly, it will keep you warm. So this is it for the colder weather pieces that will keep you warm. Let me know in the comment section what are your have-to-have pieces for colder weather. If where you're living is really cold or where you're living is actually quite a nice weather right now, I would be really happy to read and know what's happening weather-wise where you are located at. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Give it a like if you did, and see you in my next one.